What inventions still exist today but have lost their original purpose? High-heeled shoes, originally designed for men and used for horseback riding as the heels help secure feet in stirrups. Today they're just fashionable women's footwear, also used by butchers to avoid standing in blood. People look at me like I'm crazy when I say it's easier to ride a bike in heels than in flat shoes. Someone might have mentioned this already. Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper were originally marketed as health tonics. I believe Dr. Pepper's original name was something like Dr. Pepper's Health Elixir. Paintball guns. Originally called paintball markers, they were invented as a way for lumberjacks and rangers to mark trees for trimming, cutting, etc. without having to approach each tree with spray paint or similar. A couple of guys who used them started shooting at each other for fun, and paintball was born as a sport. In fact, some people still call them markers to avoid the stigma some associate with the word gun. Kleenex paper tissues. Their original purpose was to serve as filters in gas masks during World War I. After the war, their parent company marketed them as makeup removers. Microwave radiation was originally developed for radar signal transmission during World War II. When a worker noticed that a chocolate bar in his pocket melted near the transmitter, it led to the development of the microwave ovens we use in our homes today. The Hitachi Magic Wand Massager. Originally designed for massage purposes, Hitachi still openly sells it as a massager and nothing more. They also get upset when people consider it a sex toy, which is why they stopped putting their brand name on it. Telephones. They're barely used for actual phone calls anymore. Sanitary pads. They were originally invented to absorb blood from bullet wounds. After the war, Kotex found themselves with hundreds of tons in surplus, and it turned out nurses had been using them for feminine hygiene. This varied by time and place, but mostly it was rags. In the 19th century, women did a lot of sewing and would use leftover fabric scraps or old clothes for cleaning, while softer rags were used to absorb menstrual flow. Around the end of the century, companies began selling cloth pads. The Kotex ones I mentioned were revolutionary because they were designed for single use rather than washing and reuse. Going back even further, we know almost nothing. Women didn't write much, very few women's texts survived, and men didn't think about it except in terms of ritual bathing or using herbs to eliminate odor. Most likely they did the same thing, but this is just an educated guess. This is interesting. We also carried tampons in our first aid kits in Afghanistan, since they could be easily inserted into bullet wounds to at least attempt to stop the bleeding. I think anything designed to absorb blood inevitably gets used for both purposes, gunshot wounds and menstruation. Aspartame was discovered in 1965 by James M. Schlatter, a chemist working for G.D. Searle and Company. Schlatter synthesized aspartame as an intermediate compound in the production of gastrin, which was used to treat stomach ulcers. He accidentally discovered aspartame's sweet taste when he licked his finger that had come into contact with the substance. Torun Adaras Garin participated in developing aspartame as an artificial sweetener. Jägermeister was originally a cough-cold remedy meant to keep mountaineers warm. To be fair, it can still warm you up, and it still tastes like cough medicine. Not exactly an invention, but IQ tests. They were never meant to measure how smart you are. They were designed to identify students who might need extra help. It was entirely created by a French teacher to help kids with schoolwork. The cigarette lighter in your car. It can't actually light cigarettes anymore. It's just a charging port now. I wasn't aware you could still buy adapters to restore its original function. That said, I stand by my point. While it can technically still be used as a lighter, that's no longer its primary purpose. The best man at weddings was originally the best swordsman the groom could afford. If anyone objected to the marriage, the best man would duel them. The honeymoon lasted a full month after the wedding, during which the bride's father supplied the groom with as much mead as he could drink. Duct tape. Originally designed to seal ammunition boxes to keep the contents dry, but now I'm using it to hold my 1998 Camry together for another 10 years. Facebook was originally conceived as a platform for college students to connect and stay in touch. Today, virtually no college student uses Facebook, and it's just a site full of fake news, political arguments, and grandparents sharing content that was posted on Reddit 4 weeks ago. The dashboard. Originally, it was literally a wooden board that protected riders from dirt and debris kicked up while galloping. Now it provides real-time data about my car's status and delivers my audio entertainment. Daily newspapers. Before television, and even before radio became widespread, they were the fastest way to deliver news and information to people. Today, they focus far more on being billboards for ads, gossip columns, and social commentary than on reporting actual news without an extra layer of bullshit on top. QWERTY keyboards, originally designed to reduce the likelihood of typewriter keys jamming. Antidepressants were discovered accidentally during research for a tuberculosis treatment. Meanwhile, finasteride, a male baldness medication, was originally developed for prostate enlargement and is still used for that purpose today. Vaping was originally created to help people quit smoking by providing a similar sensation. The idea was to gradually reduce the nicotine liquid until you eventually stopped altogether. But some geniuses decided it would be a great idea to use it instead of cigarettes and keep increasing their juice intake. So now, what was meant to end addiction has become an addiction itself. You've become the very thing you swore to destroy. Pizza, originally created as food for the poor who couldn't afford regular meals. It was just flatbread with cheese and tomatoes. Copyright. It was originally meant to ensure people were properly compensated for creating original works, maintaining a steady flow of new inventions, while allowing others to freely use these creations after a reasonable period to build upon them and expand society's creative output. Today, it primarily exists to protect corporations and shareholders' revenue streams for 100 plus years.